Okay, I was able to call so at about Ghana politics avenue. So I was Yambura a year yensemo a year auditor general ija egonichim asisiano year 2026 and a last day of the year ebusuya sisiano auditor general 2026 early 2026 January no sisiano President Mahama amano ultimatum asisiano or say ejuma bi ohona ontumi nya obesake no every ne office any many me and Solomon Owusu and so ede amabeto so or say a auditor general mo ena omo ebo aban from internal enjuma bi wo na say ontumi and many me President Mahama and Sakino in free office as no wababa ye first on the list omo President Mahama ebe sake omo de every office no Auditor General ababa ye first on the list 2026 early January no ye be sake no e de every no office abusu ya me na ye nkonkoti ensema Solomon Owusu e de etuja unsubscribe ya subscribe like na share ma afofron so ensa into me enkabi Ghana Politics Avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell send be any updates be ever dropping no once every to me akabi medamase.
And which institution you want from? It's as simple as that. The presidency assured us, in fact, he commissioned a forensic audit committee, remember, for the 13th All Africa Games. That was in November. President Mahama commissioned them. The Auditor General assured us that by the middle of December, the findings will be made available. We are ending the year. Auditor General, see, you are the people that disappoint the President. The President, if the Auditor General is going to play this game, you fire him. What are you waiting for? PDS, Gargantuan, give PDS. Look, as for PDS, that it is the look. I was expecting the former flag bearer of the MPP to be hauled. Oh. You remember conditions president, the conditions subsequent. He changed. He single-handedly changed it. Why they even introduce a fake insurance guarantee? Sputnik V, Ajima Menu. You are telling us that the views of justice grind slowly. The man, the health minister, couldn't think straight. He all of a sudden is dead. Quiet. You understand? National Service, 2.4 billion. Asibe and give to Owari. You give to Owari. You engage in monetary that is taller than your height. The money is taller than your height. Now you think I have to be happy? My daughter is at secondary school sleeping on useless beds because of the corruption of these people. National Cathedral, people are saying there's so corruption. Look at that. How can we confident? The whole is there. But let me assure you, today is 31st. All those that want to join me, that is why I'm going to fellowship. That is a site, official site for anybody that wants to worship God. So by 11:30 p.m., I will be at the National Cathedral site. Last year I was there.
But there's no church there.
But that is a church for you. You don't want to worship. What are you talking about? So I will be there. 11:30, I'll go and meet my maker there. President Akuffo said he had a promise with God. So I'm going there to see whether God will meet me there. And if God meets me there and does not tell me to go and chase Akuffo and bring that money, that means this God is not a balanced God. That this God is a discriminating God. Then this God affirms corruption and abhors corruption and loves corruption. David Ajay, what is he? You came to take our money with impunity. Now you say what? The use of justice gradual. So all right, like Asibe was saying, and Galam said, were the two key issues. The president and the government, they are doing very well on the economic front. But you know why the people, the masses are still not happy? Because they believe that if you are doing well in inflation, with your exchange rate, with your GDP, with all these things, and you do not go for the money, the stolen wealth of the state, you have not helped the people of this country.
So you are cautioning the government?
We are going to be on them. 2026 is going to be fireworks. Because you see, if you don't do that, President Mahama will go back without any legacy. He must. And those 9 months and that they must begin to arrest the kingpins. This year, Kenabua, please, enough of this small boy Chinese, go for the kingpins, arrest them. Let's begin to do something new. Something new in our lives.
Okay.
And with that, Ghana will go places.
All right. Highlights for the year.
The highlights for the year, before I get there, there's also a 52 billion Ghana city tax revenue that was stolen.
The commercial bank.
The commercial bank.
The money that was
52 billion is enough. The road minister is doing very well, but he needs money. Professor Abuja is doing so well. The health insurance.
with a big push.
You know, interestingly, health insurance now they are paying the people.
Nobody's complaining.
Hey, leadership is everything. Oh. Health insurance. Can you imagine? Now, what has happened with the gold board must open the eyes of those in this administration that think that they have friends in the MPP.
I don't understand.
It must open their eyes. I see them doing business and I laugh. They don't know we have been this party.
You mean there are individuals in the government working?
They are working closely. They
in
think that
tandem?
scratch my back, let me scratch your back.
They are doing scratch my back.
Exactly.
I scratch your back.
Now the gold board, even where there is no issue, you see how they have been able to bring it up, trying to point accusing fingers at Sami Gyamfi. And let me tell you, Sami Gyamfi remains a threat to the MPP.
Exactly.
They hate him to the core. And so if Sami is listening to me, he does not have friends there. He has people that really hate him. But they'll go around him and make all sort of gestures as though they love him. If you fall for it, my friend, you'll be eating or you'll be laughing at the wrong side of your mouth. They are only looking for something to pounce on you. And make no mistake, even
you mean it's a target?
It's a target. It's a target. It's pure hatred. Nothing more. Nothing is pure hatred. Either than that, the works of the gold board. Initially, I criticized it. I was even thinking that it was too early for Sami to be pushed there. But he has proven beyond all reasonable doubt.
Really?
He has impressed me. That
Solomon also.
I say without any malice, I don't remember. Sami Gyamfi, I've met him once on set at Alaji. I've never met him. But I can tell you with all sincerity that he is living up to expectation and that we have to encourage him. The IMF that you are trusting, the IMF is not happy that as a country you have been able to have a template that can draw in more revenue. Because once Ghana succeeds, remember Mali is into gold production, Burkina is into gold production, Ivory Coast, they will also resort to this same gold board template. Europe and America will suffer. So I have read the entire Fifth Review report. It was only commendation, but they needed to bring a propaganda. And that propaganda, it is for the consumption of the new Patriotic Party and their assigns. I have said that we have two types of opposition members or opposition parties. We have the irresponsible opposition party, which is the new Patriotic Party, and the responsible opposition party, which is the United Party. The party
you
that
are the responsible one.
Absolutely, they know in this country we are going to give the NDC a good run for their money come 2028. No doubt about that.
Which other events are your highlights for the year? Apart from qualification of the Black Stars.
Apart from the qualification of the Black. No, I mean the death of the 8.
The crash.
Remember the last message for the day came from Mutala. My friend,
I think all of us were here.
We're here.
Zato was here.
Zato was here. You were here. The last message came from Mutala. And he continues to hunt me.
He was on the tarmac at the time.
He is somebody that we have had close relationship. And that is why we cannot stop talking about Galamsey, because they died because of Galamsey. So for me, it's a highlight for the year for me. And we must always use them to fight against what? Galamsey.
Okay. Doctor, engineer Dr. Ken Ashigbi, your highlights for the year. 2 minutes.
Well, I think that I will start off with the death of the 8th. That day I was in Obuasi, where they were coming to, and so Mane is for me also one of the greatest fighters when it comes to Galamsey. He was one of the great the ministers who supported the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the most, and so his death was a major blow. Mutala was my personal friend as well, and so again that hit me. And so for me, it is the reason why I was expecting that when the Minister for Foreign Affairs said we should wait, and that this death was going to result into something, I was hoping that the president would have used that as an impetus, and that their lives would not have been in vain. So I am still hoping that wherever they are, Omani being a Catholic, and with what he has done, I'm pretty sure he's close to sainthood, and he would intercede for all of us who are involved in the Galamsey. That's where we as humans fail. God would hit hard these environmental organized criminals who are destroying the footstool of God. So that for me was a major highlight for the year. Another major one again was the repeal of the LI as well. And I'm hoping that out of that ashes, we'll be able to deal with the regulations that would ensure responsible exploitation of our forest resources, and also the resources, the other natural resources of the state.
Okay.
Our absence at AFCON definitely, there is a big blow. But
yes,
I think
true.
the World Cup as well, the World Cup as well has been good. And I think that the appreciation of the CD and the stability of our macroeconomic indicators are good enough. My only challenge with that is that we as Ghanaians.
The CD bit.
Yes.
The CD bit.
So
it's brought some sustainability.
Yes.
The criticism has been that, the financial intermediation we're doing in the market, when we make it available so that there's access, and so we don't create the supply-demand situation. And it's been a subject of criticism from the opposition, especially. So, what's your own take on that?
I think the point they make is the fact that we should accept that.
Because personally, I find it quite intriguing. Please go on, Doc.
So again, you see, that for me, I think that's a positive sign. But again, as a farmer, my other challenge currently is that I have maize still sitting in my barn because there's a glut. So out of the appreciation of the city, it's made our imports into the country cheaper, and so there's a lot of importation into the country. So we need to look at some policy interventions that will deal with the unintended consequences of it. And then I also want to speak to the mind and heart of all of us as Ghanaians. Our nature, to want to exploit every situation. Currently, you have people who have their parents in this country. If they were bringing $100, to be able to sort their parents out, they now have to bring more dollars because we have not responded, with appreciation of the CD. We have not responded by dropping the prices. When the CD was depreciating, the traders and everybody was saying, prices, so we're moving our prices up. Prices have come down. Even there are schools that charge their fees in forex, and they convert it. When the city is appreciating now, they are still charging us what it is that they used to charge, in the previous years, which is not fair. So we as Ghanaians, we also need to be a lot more patriotic. So as the macroeconomic stability we're getting, the city is appreciating. Let's match that. Our market queens and all of that. Yeah. They come to the farm gates, they come and buy their things. Look at the issues around X, for example. And so I would want to, going into 2026, I want all of us as Ghanaians to also be patriotic. In as much as we talk about everything falls and rises with leadership, we as the followers would also need to also support this and make sure that we speak up when things are not going right. We need to do some sacrifices. One other thing I would also want to say is that I am hoping that government itself would also put its money where its mouth is. We talk about wanting to take a lot more out of the minerals and mining sector, for example. We should be prepared to also invest in it. We should be prepared, to
well,
put money into.
We have engineers and planners led by Ibrahim Mahama, and it's
that's a positive sign. Again, and that's the reason why we would want, now that Ghanaians are beginning to also take the height. You also want to make sure that the honorable minister will look into the issues around the royalty regime that are being doubled. If it does that, projects like the Zuma project might suffer, other projects might also suffer. But you see, as we talk about Zuma going into this particular one, so for example, Goldfields will be giving off Damang to government. I will pray that through MIF, government will be able to take a major stake in that, and whoever it is that would partner government, so that as a people, we would have a stake where we have put our money into to make sure that these things are happening.
Right. The last bit, you spoke as CEO for the Ghana Chamber of Mines.
No, I spoke as a Ghanaian.
Okay.
But wearing that hat.
Yeah,
I
of course.
spoke as a Ghanaian because I also want to make sure that as a people, when we talk about wanting to get more out of gold, we need to invest into it so that we also can get commensurate returns.
Yeah. Lawyer Abdul Fattah says you do your work so well that he even misses you as CEO for the Telecom Chamber as well. But happy 2026 to you, Dr. Engineer Ken Ashigbi. Okay, wishing you all the best, and then also you. Thank you very much for happy 2026 as well.
TV3 for the opportunity. And then happy New
Year.
And then my good people of Yendi, the good people, the good and the bad people of Yendi.
The good and bad, everybody else.
Everybody.
Okay. Okay. So you have Abiba. I work with Abiba at Just One Group.
Oh, okay.
He
I also work with
Farouk.
Ken. You know, I was with MTN.
Okay. Yeah. So and she contested Farouk as well.
Yeah. Farouk is my guy. And he defeated you. But he was stubborn. So at a point, I was also happy. Either than that, Farouk is
but let me just have your 2 cents on the subject. I think that, I mean, we have a stable currency.
Yes.
It's like your body temperature.
Really?
Well, was it supposed to be 37%? Is that 7 degrees Celsius? Yes. That's the normal body. That's what we learned in school, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
If it has changed,
Okay. And I think that it brought a certain calmness into the economic environment when we're talking about consumers in the market.
Yes.
And so my question to you for 2 minutes will be, what do you make of the excessive criticism about the intermediations, so to speak, that's made? That gives the laxity, creates a space for everybody to breathe.
You have the Constitution before you. You read.
Okay.
So you just go to Article 36 and read why we put in place any government, so that
Article 36.
36, so that we are done. 36(1).
Today I didn't bring my Constitution.
So read it.
36(1).
Yes, so that we
okay. Article 36(1).
Down there.
All right. And this part of Chapter 6, the directive principles of state policy. So 36(1) says the state shall take all necessary action to ensure that the national economy is managed in such a manner as to maximize the rate of economic development and to secure the maximum welfare, freedom, and happiness of every person in Ghana, and to provide adequate means of livelihood and suitable employment and public assistance to the needy.
That is it.
And then it continues in 2. The state shall, in particular, take all necessary steps to establish a sound and healthy economy whose underlying principles shall include all the things about fair remuneration and all that.
So you are a government.
So why this?
You are a government. You know that one of the problems you may have in your economy is the instability of your currency, because it has the potential of eroding everyone's capital, working capital. Yeah. Now you have the dollars sitting at the Bank of Ghana. Those that have gone to Harvard, Yale, Massachusetts, the 2020 stuff from Legon, KNUST, they are telling us that the government must not intervene in the market with the dollars to stabilize the currency. That's what they are telling you. And that they must allow the city to wobble, to depreciate to a certain level, so that in itself, it will recover. Who taught them this economics?
I don't understand.
The work of every government is to make sure that it always ensures stability. That is why you work hard to generate the much needed forex. Anybody you hear, don't be deceived by these professor titles, economist titles, expert. Nobody.
There are many daughters, but who are
forget about it. They have never done any business. We do real-time business on the street. They have no clue. Give them this country to solve simple business.
So this environment is good for the Abuso kind of traders.
That is it, and that is why things are stabilizing. It is the intervention. This IMF and the World Bank, they don't wish you well. If your country is doing well, why would they be in business? Why would they be in business? They must go and then look at why the IMF came to being, whether or not they are there for the interest of the developing economies. So they go and hide behind these people. These people also go and read Economics Without Tears, written by Kontoji. which is for a cake.
That's O level, A level.
O level, A level.
Oh, you too.
No, that is by if not economics without tears.
Demand supply.
Demand and supply.
Factors of production.
Oh, they read without understanding. They come and tell us that
school, it is
a government that is intervening in the market, helping the people to live a happy life as enshrined in the constitution to ensure the stability of the economy. The government is abiding by the dictates of the constitution. They say they don't agree. So if you don't agree, when you become the government of the day, which constitution are you going to use? So it now tells me why they sat down for the city to skyrocket to 17 cities.
Solo.
They sat down for inflation to be at 54%. They sat down for fuel to get to 23 cities a liter. And these same people are telling us that we are mugus. We should allow them to come back to power. If the people of this country do not deal with the NDC and give power to the United Party and make any silly mistake of giving these people even 25% in the last election, in the next elections, I will see that indeed.
Director of
the
Communication.
sound mind that you have been talking about.
Director of Communication, United Party, Solomon Owusu. And we have to say that, thank you. Since 2023,
you have never made me to sleep.
For movement for change. And since then, you have been fantastic.
Yes.
So thank my wife for me.
Okay. What's your wife's name?
Akusia Becky.
Akusia Melu.
Rebecca Akusia Becky.
Okay.
Hey, Rebecca Akusia Usu.
Okay. Rebecca Akusia Usu. Mrs. Rebecca Akusia Usu. Wife of Solomon Usu. We thank you so much for allowing him to wake up early in the morning to be going around educating us and helping him in prayers for his business as well. Because I know that what you do, it will not be easy for your business.
It's not easy, but we shall overcome.
And so Shadrach, Abe, and Anita, the producer, they say they thank you always.
I also thank them.
For also contributing to make TV3 New Day the best morning show.
I also thank you as well.
Okay, abusia we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway so eye Auditor General and Solomon Owusu ede ne ho nsem ede ebre no on subscribe like na share ma for so ensa into me and kabi Ghana Politics Avenue so medamase.